not really. But if you wanted to cook and make me some brownies and stuff, that'd be okay. What is this hair doing with its life? It doesn't understand that it's supposed to be in a clip. Okay. We are going to use these, though, to make our point. Today is all about mixed numbers, which sounds really strange, but we use it all the time. This is a 1 cup measuring spoon, or measuring cup. This is a 1/4 measuring cup, a fourth. Now, if my recipe needed both of these, it would say a cup and a fourth of whatever. It wouldn't say 1 cup of flour and a fourth a cup of flour. It would just say 1 1/4 cup of flour. If we were to write it, it would look like this. 1 1/4 cup of flour. When you have this number, this is a whole number. Just our normal numbers that we use in everyday life are whole numbers. They can be as small as 0 or as big as 1,562,000. Doesn't matter. It's a whole number. This number is a fraction. A fraction is a part of a whole. This 1/4, what that means is this takes 4 of these to equal 1 of these. If I had water in here, which I don't because this is my office and I don't want to spill it on stuff, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it would fill that up. That's a fraction. But when you put them together, when you have a whole number and a fraction, it's called a mixed number. So, whole number. Let's give it a new number. Let's do 2/3. Fraction. If I added those together, I would get 1 2/3. And that's my mixed number. That's all your lesson is today. On class practice, you start by writing the fractions by filling them in. Now, to do this, let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 dots in between the numbers. Can you get close enough? See right there? I don't want to distract you with all the other ones. But then you'd have to get that 5th one to get to the 1. So the denominator is going to be 5. So it's going to say 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and then the next dot, which would be 5/5. Well, that's the same thing as 1. Just like if you had 4 of these, you have that. Well, once you have 5/5, it takes you to the 1. Okay, so then your next line is going to start with the number 1 again. So you've got your line here. You're already at 1. So this isn't just 1/5 because you're already at 1. This is 1 1/5, 1 2/5, 1 3/5, 1 4/5, and then 1 5/5 is the same as 1 plus 1, so it's 2. And you're going to keep filling that in all the way to 4. It's going to look the same way with the fractions each time, but you're going to go up 1 with your whole number. And then 2 has you write the mixed number for these figures. So let's just demonstrate one of those very quickly. So let's say that we have this first circle and it's all shaded in. And then this one only has 1 shaded in. Well, this is all shaded in, so that's 4/4. Well, that's the same as 1. And then this one has 4. It's done into fourths. But one of them is shaded, so 1 1/4. Now, I want you to notice, the reason you don't count each, like this isn't 8 pieces. This is saying if you have two things that are identical, you can do 1/4 over here. So that's 4/4. That becomes 1. And then do just by fourths over here. It's not asking you to do it all with eighths, okay? Each one is its own little thing. Let's do another one of those. Let's do a simple one. So let's say you've got these two triangles and we want to know how many are red. What fraction of the whole is red? Well, this whole thing is red. 2 halves. So that's 1. This only has half of it done. You put that together, it's 1 1/2. That's how all of those are going to work. You just have to count the little pieces in one of them to know what that final denominator is going to be for your fraction. If there had been more of these, let's take that triangle again. And yeah, I know these aren't the same size. I just shoved it in there. Well, now 2 of them are completely finished. So this would be 2 1/2. Got it? All right. Go forth and fraction. That was really loud.